Actually, normal North Korean people are really like pure and nice. They're so naive. They don't know anything about outside of North Korea.
Right. And
Yeah.
North Koreans celebrate on December 24th, not the
Right.
Christmas, but they celebrate her, Kim Jong-suk, instead. So what on earth? Why did you escape? I mean, you were attending this like the best university in North Korea. Your father
Uh-huh.
is general. What was the problem to you?
Then what was the leaders told us? He said he was working for us and that our leader was getting fatter and fatter. But babies are so skinny and oh my god, that maybe I can say that they will look like zombies, you know, like skeletons. And she knew the whole North Korea actually ruined, and only powerful people control the people and whole country. So she told me, if you decided, okay, fulfilled your dream. And he was actually most lucky one, luckiest person in our family. He just arrived in South Korea within 5 days from
North Korea to South Korea. This is just so unheard of, but your story is filled with like just hope. Like
made me feel guilty that Yuna, you got your own life there and you just eat 3 meals in a day and you don't have any idea how suffering North Koreans are still, and you don't really care. Then how could I say when the unification comes and then North Korean people will ask me, Yuna, what did you do for us?
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Yeonmi Park. I'm a North Korean defector activist. So today I have such exciting news. I brought my second guest on my show. She's a North Korean defector like myself, but also lives in South Korea. She is on this show called The Beauty from the North, or Now My Way to Meet You, if some of you guys follow Korean shows. She's been the regular on the guest and such a beautiful person inside and out.
97년도에 이제 제대가 돼가지고 아빠가 우리 여기서 살면 안 되겠다는 겁니다. 그래서 이제 군수물품 받은 거, 뭐 쌀 이런 거 식량을 많이 챙겨놨었습니다. 제가 그래서
I cannot wait to share with you her story, how she became free and what she's trying to do with her life. So let me welcome Yuna.
Hi.
Hi, Yuna.
Thank you to see you again.
I know. Thank you so much for coming onto my show. It's a real honor.
For having me on your channel.
Wow. So we gotta like start. Okay, I've been following you so many years, and I know that you are like one of the few who went to this most prestigious university in North Korea.
Yeah.
So
you can say that maybe.
Yeah. Let's begin. Like, where did you born in North Korea?
Oh, I was born in Jagang province.
Oh, wow.
I don't know, you knew it when you're in North Korea.
I definitely knew it.
Oh, yeah. So Jagang province was actually like Pyeongan-bukdo province, but Kim Il-sung actually divided. So he made it as a two. Right. So we use like Pyongyang accent, like Pyeonggan-do accent.
So beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. So Jagang province is such a like militarized area. So many like military factories and everything in there. So it's really restrict area to enter and out. Right. So I was born in that province.
Yeah. So was your father was also high military official, right? High ranking military official in the army.
Yes. Yeah, he was general.
And then did you have you had a brother?
I have brother, yes.
What do you remember from your childhood in North Korea? Like, how do you describe to the people, who never been to North Korea?
Actually, normal North Korean people are really like pure and nice. They're so naive. They don't know anything about outside of North Korea. But they only follow Kim Jong-un's rules and the country rules. They're innocent. They're just victims. So they don't have any chance to learn anything outside of North Korea. So if I describe my childhood when I was in Jagang province, I was just like, general's daughter and very like a, daughter of loyal family. And I wanted to be a hero, and I wanted to be like hero like a Yong Ju was like the parrot of the Z. So I wanted to sacrifice like him for the regime and country and leader. So I was such a like.
That was your dream.
Yeah. Because that area is like the Jagong province. People are so pure, so naive.
They're like a sponge. If the government told them to follow the rules, they just follow without questioning or not skeptical. They just follow. So I was pretty, obedient and loyal to the regime.
So let's talk about the happy things first, right? Often people think, North Korea is a very bleak country, and you were like one of the ones that still like in the elite class where your father was general. What do you remember, like the happy memories from your time there?
I have a lot of happy memories in there, like with my friends and in high school and middle school. If I think about that kind of memories, it always, bring me tears on my eyes. And I still miss my classmates. And Jagang province is a really, really beautiful province as a Yanggangdo. Jagang province is like very restricted, as I told you. So not many factories or manufacturing is in there. So the air was really, really clean and a lot of trees and flowers everywhere. And like wild animals everywhere. And there are a lot of like rivers. And mountains are so beautiful. I have so many good memories about it.
Yeah, I think this I'm so good, like happy that you share that, because like when we escaped from North Korea, we still love our country, right? Like it's our dream still going back home. We just didn't like the system.
Yes.
That is only. So now let's go back to what do you remember that was like most shocked you the most, like growing up in North Korea? Were you scared of the censorship? Were you scared to like say the wrong thing?
Until I graduated high school, I was pretty loyal and obedient. But when I went to Jong Su University, as you mentioned at the beginning, that is one of the prestigious university in North Korea. I don't know that's true or not compared to America and South Korea, but they said that because it's follow the Kim's name, Kim's family name.
Yeah, the mother, the North Korean, the nation mother, right? Kim Jong Suk is yeah.
So that is only one university in North Korea. So I went to that university, but the university located, let's say, wrong province. It's very near to China.
Oh my gosh, really? Where was it then?
So the Kim Jong Su University is in Haeryong City.
Oh no, really? So it's really like right across from here. Because she's from Haeryong, isn't she?
Right. She was
That's
born in
why.
Haeryong City. That's why the university located in Haeryong City and named her.
So let's give people some background who's Kim Jong Suk. So Kim Jong Suk is the first wife of Kim Il Sung, the founder of
Kim
North
Jong
Korea.
Il's mother.
Yeah,
Kim Jong Un's paternal grandmother.
right. And
Yeah.
North Koreans celebrate on December 24th, not the
Right.
Christmas, but they celebrate her, Kim Jong Suk, instead.
Yes. I knew that when I arrived in South Korea. It's Christmas Eve.
Mhm.
Yes.
So I went to that university, and finally I opened my eyes to see something going on in that country. Like students were not really obedient. They didn't follow the rules. They loved to watch South Korean dramas, and they secretly singing the South Korean K-pops and drama OST. I was really shocked.
That was your first time exposing to those kind of outside information?
Right. That was the first time in forever in my life.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you guys are so bad. How how do you do that? If our great leader knew about this, he would be very sad. You know, I was like some kind of like,
Yeah. Wow. So that's the watching this photo information gave you some idea something was wrong.
Yes. One day, one of my best friend, she actually offered me to go to her home to watch South Korean dramas. And then I was really, really angry and shocked at the same time. And I told her like, oh my God, you're daughter of our great leader.
You're so pure.
How could you say that to me?
Yeah.
I'm daughter of my great leader. I want to be his daughter, and I want to be hero for him and for this country. Oh, you're the bastard, and then how could you say that to me? Okay, here's the deal. I'm not gonna tell the police officer, so he's not gonna catch you.
Yeah.
But don't say that to me again. I was that stupid.
Excellent. Wow. So, what were you studying in university? What was your major?
My major was music. I played violin.
Yes, I definitely have seen that. You're such a amazing violinist. Like
No. I lost all the skills.
Oh, so did you graduate eventually the university, or you escaped in the middle?
No, I escaped when I was second year of university, so I couldn't finish it.
So what on earth? Why did you escape? I mean, you were attending this like the best university in North Korea. Your father was general. What was the problem to you?
As I told you, my family was quite middle class, let's say maybe high class. So I didn't have any problem with the food and supplies. So still we received all the distributions from government. So I didn't know that the country was that panicked. So when I went to Haeryong City, I saw so many homeless people, including babies. And that time I saw that the kids are begging food in the street. If I went to the street market, we said 장마당, right?
Right.
Even 3 or 2 years old babies, they couldn't even say the words because they're still babies.
Yeah.
But they begged the food. And that time I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Is it really our country?
Yeah.
Our leader always said that in documentary, on the TV, or wherever in the media. He always like, you know, going some like visiting village or factory because of people and providing them food, something like that. And then they always blamed America.
Yeah.
Because of America's sanctions, we live like this. But our great leaders are so amazing and they sacrifice themselves. So I believe that. But when I went to Haeryong City, oh my God, that was I cannot even describe with the words. I was really shocked and freaked out. And I was crying so much in front of the babies. Just 2 babies came to me that I was actually got some noodles at the front of the 장마당. They actually, 2 babies begged me food.
Yeah. They beg like, do you remember like they beg, can you give me some like water?
Yeah. Even one noodle. Just
like, can
one.
You give me, yeah.
Yes.
Just 1 sip of the broth. Like once you're done,
Right.
give me this plate. I can like lick it. That's what they're. But it's not like give me some noodle. There's can I lick the plate after you finish it?
Yes.
And now I'm thinking about it. It's like.
And the babies actually learned society and they learned a world because they were waiting for me. You know, first of all, you need to eat as much as you want. But if you have a mercy, please leave some and then give it to us. I was like, oh my God, what's going on here? I was cried a lot and oh my God. Then what was the leaders told us? He said he was working for us and that our leader was getting fatter and fatter. But babies are so skinny, and oh my god, that maybe I can say that they will look like zombies, you know, like skeletons.
Yeah.
So I gave them my food, and then I couldn't stop to cry. And then I arrived at my dormitory, and then I asked my friends, what's going on here? Is it still our country? They said, oh my god, Yuna, where on earth you came from?
Yeah. They knew what was going on already.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I actually asked one of my best friends who introduced me to watch South Korean dramas. I approached her that time, and then I asked her, okay, let's gonna watch South Korean dramas. Let me see what's going on there.
Wow.
Yeah, so
How old were you by then? Like, what year was it?
that was the first year of university, so I was 18.
Wow, you're so brave. So you dare to question what was going on in the country.
Yeah, that's because I always believed what the regime said and what documentary said and what the national TV channel said. But that time when I saw the babies and people were, oh my god, I cannot describe. They were even, how can I say, like, it looked like a hell.
Yeah.
Live
Exactly. Yeah.
So, and then I asked her, let me gonna watch South Korean dramas. And she said, are you sure? I said, I'm sure, 100% sure. I need to know what's going on outside of this country. And then I watched the dramas, and then I couldn't stop.
Yeah. Nobody can stop. Once they start that journey, nobody can stop.
No. My
Yeah.
father told me when I went to Jong Su University, he actually afraid of that, to watch South Korean dramas if I went there. And that actually happened. So he told me, like, Yuna, if you have a chance to watch South Korean dramas, please watch it with critical mind.
Oh my gosh. She was so, oh my gosh. Okay.
Yes, and my father told me, like, the South Koreans made that drama for ruining our country
Oh my.
and tried to make our country collapse. Yeah. So I still remembered. And then when I started to watch South Korean dramas, that mind were also set in my brain. But you know, like go like buy time and watch again and again. I was like, oh, maybe my father was wrong, because South Korean dramas talked about love
Yeah.
and lives
Yeah.
and just human being.
Yeah. Be a human, right? Like, you just, yeah.
And I found out that South Korean people looked so free.
Yeah.
They could go anywhere they wanted to go.
They can swear even in the movies, right? You're like, what the heck are you talking about? How are you swearing in the movies?
Right. And then their fashions, it was actually a very big shock to me. Like, oh my god, they're wearing just like this, like drop earrings, which was forbidden in North Korea. You will get punishment if you wear like this drop earrings like in North Korea. So that time I found a lot of things were different. And then people looked like they had enough food. And their life quality was really, really high. But regime always told me and taught us that South Koreans are really, really, you know, poor and they don't even have their own country because they're colonized by America. And if you go to South Korea, you will see a lot of like American soldiers in the streets because they parade every single day.
Yeah, they rape South Korean girls, remember?
Right. And I was like, oh, what's going on here? And then I asked my best friend, how long have you watched these South Korean dramas? She told me like she already watched several dramas. And then she told me, Yuna, we are actually, you know, like brainwashed by this liar government. And then the regime lied to us. So please, you stop to believe them. So I was like, oh, big bang in my head.
Right.
And I was sick after 7 days or 10 days because it was like a whole new thing I never experienced.
Yeah.
So that time, oh my God, I had a headache and fever.
Yeah, that was quite hard to accept.
But you know, I watched several South Korean dramas after that moment. As I told you, I couldn't stop. And at the beginning, it was just, you know, curious thing.
Right.
But watching more and more, it became like a study.
Yeah.
That I'm figuring out something wrong with this country. That my beloved, like fatherland or motherland, it was really, you know, like a monsters.
Yeah. Was that so that these movies were giving you the, you know, the new world view and you decide to escape? What was your, like, what made you to escape?
Yes, the drama actually influenced my life, and the drama actually changed my life. Because the drama was the only thing that I could see outside of North Korea. And then people were keep saying that South Korea developed a lot and they're really rich. But the government tried their best to stop, to get through that information to North Koreans. And still I couldn't believe that. But when I watched the South Korean dramas and I saw it by my own eyes, and I started to believe it. And finally, I started to think about to escape North Korea. And I planned to escape, you know, North Korea like before 6 months.
What year was it you were trying to escape?
2006.
2006, you were thinking about, okay, I gotta escape.
And, you know, I can say I was actually, you know, like armed with a 주체 ideology, you know, full of it. But I lost that 주체 ideology for I learned 18 years. But I lost that 주체 ideology within just 3 weeks.
Yeah. It's like lie doesn't have power. Truth is like so strong.
Yeah, and then I saw a lot of kids were actually didn't attend the school
Because they didn't have enough food.
Yeah.
So they always climbed mountain with their parents or went somewhere to find some
Hunting food, right?
to survive.
Yeah.
And
I was thinking myself that, oh, what if I be a teacher in this country?
Oh.
whom is going to be my students?
Right.
Even students were not attending the school.
Then why this country need teachers? If I graduate that university, I would be a teacher, right? Then I just, closed all my plan in North Korea. Okay, I need to go to South Korea, and then I will start to study there again, and then I will find my real dream.
Oh, wow. Did you talk to your parents about it, or just you came to that decision by yourself?
I didn't talk to my parents. I just, planned myself and dropped myself, and I found the brokers myself.
But
you found the brokers yourself. Wow.
Yes, but the thing is,
I actually stolen money from my father's wallet. That was $1,200.
$1,200 in 2006 in North Korea. That's insane. Okay.
And the thing is, I didn't know how much powerful of the amount of money.
Jeez. Wow. You can walk the mountains with that money in North Korea.
I know. I didn't know
how much value of the $1,200. But anyway, I just stole it.
So with that money, you escaped to China. Did you bribe the broker, and how did you escape eventually then?
Oh, as I told you, one of best friend actually changed my life and changed my whole 주체 ideology into South Korean thing, right? So I asked her actually. She was actually a daughter of some like wealthy family. So she told me she knew many brokers and bodyguards, or no, border guards.
Border guards.
Yeah. So I asked her, can you introduce me like high rank commander, let's say? And she said, do you have money?
Yeah.
See, I only told her. She was the only one who knew I was planning to escape. So she told me, I have one. And I asked her, oh, can you give me the number? And then I got the number because he had a Chinese phone number phone. That time there wasn't smartphones in North Korea.
There was no
Yeah.
no calls, like,
So he used the Chinese phone, and I had one because my father was, rich man. So he had 2 Chinese phone number mobile phones at home.
Wow, your father was like, okay.
Yeah, so I got one of them, and then I made a call, and he said, okay, come down to the Haeryong station after 2 days. And I asked him, how much money do I need to pay you cross the Truman River? He said, $50.
Yeah. Seriously. It's a lot of money too.
That's it?
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, 50. He sounded like $50 is a big money.
Yeah, definitely it's a huge money. I never seen anything like that.
But as I told you, I didn't know how much the dollar's value in North Korea. So I told him, okay, deal. And he asked me again, oh, do you have money? I said, yeah, I have. And then, I still remember my mother followed me because it's time to say goodbye. But pretend that I go to university,
So she knew.
No, she didn't know, but I went to home to see my parents lastly.
Okay.
So in the very early morning, I told her I need to leave. And she said, it's too early. I said, yeah, because the train time is this time. So she said, okay, then I'm gonna let you until I'm gonna go with you until the station. And then I just refused, but she got some feeling, I think. She's mother.
Yeah, they get instincts. Yeah.
She saw my eyes, and then she felt something, and she just followed me until the station. From my house until the station, it took 40 minutes by walk. And we walked until station, and she asked me, where are you going, And I told her, university. And she said, I don't think so. And why not? And she said, I'm your mother. And I can see what's going on in your head, and then your actions were different. And she said at first, like, are you planning to go to China? And I just, started to cry. And she told me, it's okay, I understand. I'm daughter of intelligence family. My grandparents were both professors. So my mother actually graduated university. So she was actually, I can say, wise.
Yeah.
And she knew the whole North Korea actually ruined, and only powerful people control the people and whole country. So she told me, if you decided, okay, fulfilled your dream. Wow. And she told me,
this means like goosebumps.
Yeah, she told me I know my daughter. She's very strong. And she can survive herself because I know you're very smart and wise, because I raised you in that way, and I believe you can survive even without your parents. Yeah, and the train came. On the train, I tried to see my mom's last face. But it was winter time. It was March. It was 1st of March.
Still cold in North Korea.
And it was really freezing. And I tried to see my mother's face, but the window got frozen and there was foggy. And I couldn't see my mother's face. So I was trying to see her. But, you know, both sides, my eyes were covered tears and I couldn't really see my mother's face. But all I could see was the shape of my mother's body. At the same time, the train started to run. My mother just collapsed. And before that moment, she even showed me her tears. She pretended she was okay and she cheered me up. But she just held her tears until that moment. But the train was, you know, running and I saw her shape just collapsed. And that was the last scene of my mom. And I just crossed the Tuma River after one day. So I crossed the Tuma River 2nd of March in 2006.
In 2000, wow. So you escaped just one before me. I escaped in March of 2007.
Oh, okay.
And so what happened to you when you went to China? Because most of us get trafficked, right? Because we don't have money to bribe, and I was sold and my mom was sold. Did you, how did you survive in China?
As I told you, my father was a powerful general. He had many humans in China. So there were several people could help me. But I didn't call them because I know my father. He would follow me and catch me and bring me back to the North Korea. So I didn't contact them. So I found a broker. I tried to find brokers by myself. And then as soon as I arrived in China, I asked the Chinese broker. He was Korean Chinese. So I asked him, I have money and I have aunt in South Korea, I believe. So can you contact to her and then let her know that your niece is here? And he said, do you know the phone number? I remembered.
So you did have an aunt?
Yeah. She arrived in South Korea before me.
Oh, so you had, okay.
Yeah, so he called my aunt. And then luckily she answered right away.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and the broker told her, your niece is here. And my aunt was freaked out because my aunt were lied to our family that she was dead because of the origins, right? So my father was a high rank general in North Korea. If the government, you know, found out that my aunt actually went to South Korea, my father would lose his job.
Yeah.
So that's why she made some document that she was dead.
Right. They
So
sometimes
she
do that.
asked me, how Yuna, how did you know I was here? And then I told her I actually saw my father's mobile phone. And there was your name and I got your phone number there. And then she was like, oh my God, what do you want? You just came there for fun or what? And I told her, it's not for fun. I want to go to South Korea, as you made. And she told me like, oh my God, you want to kill your both parents? You're crazy. Please go back to North Korea. And then I told her like, you went to South Korea, but why not me? And why you went there? Tell me the reason. Oh, Yuna, I cannot help you. My older brother will kill me if he knew that I was helped you. And I was, but no one else will help me. So and then I told the broker that you don't need to sell me to Chinese because I have money. How much money do you need? I have $1,000. He was, oh, you have $1,000? Yeah, I have $1,000. So please bring me some brokers are good and best in this business, okay?
Yeah.
And then he said, okay, I'm gonna help you. And then my aunt told me, I don't have the money. I only just came out from Hanawan.
Oh, she just got there. Okay.
Yeah, so she didn't have any money. So I told her, I have money. So please just tell him, that Chinese broker, to not sell your niece to any, unknown people in China. And she told him, okay,
please find the brokers. And she got the money and so the broker agreed and they got deal. And, I just crossed Tuma River 2nd of March and then I arrived in Thailand 17th of April. So that was a pretty fast journey.
Insane. So you didn't really stay in China much, so you didn't have to run away from police all the time.
yes.
Were you still scared, like to going to Thailand on the journey? Were you scared to get caught?
Yeah, it was very skilled. And I didn't know even one word of Chinese.
Right.
I couldn't speak Mandarin, so I was scared of that. And I was always trying to hide myself from Chinese police. But as I told you, I got some brokers are the best in that business. And they just, helped me a lot. And they just pretend that I was daughter of some, one of the broker. And, that time, actually, Kim Jong-un demanded China to catch North Korean people and, immediately send them back to North Korea. He said that. So that was the reason. A lot of Chinese police officers were in the street. They were packed. And that actually scared me a lot.
But, I don't know, maybe God helped me or God me.
Definitely.
They were just like, when they saw me, they didn't even think that I was North Korean.
Yeah, you're just so luxurious looking for them.
I don't know. Brokers maybe changed my style and I just pretend that I couldn't speak Mandarin and then I used English.
Oh, so you learned English in school in North Korea?
Yeah, I went to
gifted school or prestigious school in North Korea. There are different school, right? We said 일거중.
Yeah.
So my major was English in that high school.
Yes.
Wow.
So I spoke to them English. Even I don't know, that was I couldn't speak English that well that time. You just learned words.
But not really made sentences in here or several countries. So, but even though Chinese
police officers, they couldn't speak even one word of
English. They were just so impressed.
And they were like, oh, okay. And then the broker told them oh, my daughter actually came from Canada.
Oh, wow.
for vacation. And they believed that. So I just, get through the checkpoints very freely and happily and
wow.
It's unbelievable. So I was traveled actually, this is China. Yeah, I was lucky one.
And you arrived and then you went to South Korea from Thailand.
Right? Yeah, I moved to Myanmar first, and then Laos, and lastly, went to Thailand, and then I stayed there 3 months. And then I arrived in South Korea 13th of July, same year.
Oh my God, you left in March. 4 months later, you landed in South Korea. How was that? I can't even imagine it.
But even though, for me, I'm the only one who didn't know I was the lucky one.
I thought it was a long journey, You thought And then when I arrived in the NIA, National Intelligence Agency, people were so envy me. North Korean defectors, they told me oh my God, Yuna, you came from North Korea? Oh my God, how is North Korea? I was like, you're not a North Korean? And he said, and the people said oh no, we stayed in China 7 or 8 years.
A lot of them.
It took a long time to get here. You just came here for just within 5 or 6 months. Oh my God, that's unbelievable. I was like, oh really? I felt I was like lost in somewhere. It took a long time for me, and they were like, oh no,
you never send back to North Korea, and you just succeed just one time trying, and you're the lucky one, and you should know it. I was like, oh my God, really? And I'm really, that time I heard so many bad stories about the human trafficking in China. Oh my God, that was like really, that time it felt like my heart was like broken, and that was the first time I felt something like that. And then the One Young World, the event you attended, and then you actually talked about your mom's story and your story. Oh my God, that made me cry so much. And that was the reason I became a human rights activist.
So wow, so let's talk about now your time in South Korea. You arrived there, and then did you start to study, go to university, or how did you live your life in South Korea?
Yes, I went to university, like Seoul Yede.
Oh wow, that's another good school.
Yeah, because my major was music, so I entered that university, but
I found out that Seoul Yede was not easy university to go like me, especially defectors, someone who doesn't have family powers or money, supporting. My classmates were so rich. They played like so expensive violin and instruments, and I just like, I collapsed myself that maybe I cannot
compete with these powerful people. Then what should I do? Okay, earn money and bring my parents here because they were in danger because of me. My father lost his job.
Oh, because of you escaped.
Yes, he was in jail.
Oh, yeah.
And he got so much painful tortured.
Right.
And I heard that when I tried to call the North Korea. And so that was the urgent thing that I need to do. I must do. Yeah. So I just dropped out the school.
Yeah. I just gave up. And then I started to work in hair salon.
Wow. And did you eventually bring your parents out?
And then as you had some experiences in South Korea, it's not easy to actually earn money. Yeah. And especially we need big money to bring your family members. Right. So that time actually I just, gave up my life. I just lost my proud. I just,
just took a knee and ask or begging money to help me. But as you know, nobody actually willing to help me. So yeah, but luckily I found one association that wanna try to help me. And then also I needed to contact NIA, and I need to tell them that my father was a high rank position in North Korea military. You guys should bring my father because he's gonna be he will bring a lot of information about military. So
let's say they helped.
They helped.
Yeah, so my father arrived in South Korea.
He did arrive in South Korea?
Yeah, because it was pretty fast process because as you know, the NIA gave fast tracks. Right. So you need to do this, you need to do this. So I did, and then he crossed the Tuma River because he had a power, right? So I just sent, he just
used some money for the high rank people, and then he just, got released. And then right away he just crossed the Tuma River, and then he called me, I made it. And then I was like, okay.
But that time he told me, are you in China? Please go back to North Korea with me. Till that time, he came to China to bring me
bring you
or
back,
to catch me.
Yeah.
I was father, wake up! I'm in Namjoseon, South Korea.
Yeah, yeah,
And he was like, wow, that's so fast. How you ran away that fast?
yeah,
So I still remember that. And I told him, you need to come to here.
yeah.
So that was pretty fast. I'm the only one who actually arrived in South Korea through the 3 countries. But rest of my family members, they arrived in South Korea by airplane.
From China.
Yeah. So
That's insane.
I'm the only one who actually had a hard time to arrive in South
yeah.
Korea. So that's how my father arrived in South Korea, same year in November. So I met my father just within 10 months.
Yeah, yeah.
So everyone was like, oh my god, Yuna, you're a lucky one. I still have my relatives and my families in North Korea. I tried my best to bring them, but you just brought them and you just brought him so fast. So secondly, my father arrived in South Korea and then we worked together and you know, got some money and we earned money and saved money. And thirdly, my mother came to South Korea, and because of whole family members actually, you know, escaped North Korea, my brother was actually
like Kim Jong-un's bodyguard. He was.
Oh my god.
What? As I told you, my family background was good. You know, the family origin.
That is good. That's really excellent. Like
yeah, so it's like we said, like red blood. They're slave of their regime and they're so brainwashed.
Yeah.
So my older brother told my relatives that I'm gonna kill my whole family members because they're betrayed.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how much he brainwashed.
Yeah.
And then my father and I used the money to, you know, make him, you know, get released the military. And then he just, you know, fired. And he didn't know what's going on there. He didn't know why he fired. But we used the money.
To bribe him to fire him.
Yes.
And then you brought him. So.
And then he was the last member. He arrived in South Korea. And he was actually, most lucky one, luckiest person in our family. He just arrived in South Korea within 5 days. From
North Korea to South Korea. This is just so unheard of, but your story is filled with like just hope. Now let's talk about your brother. I heard he taught himself English and became very, very successful.
Right.
So he works where? Does he work?
Korean Amazon.
Okay, he works for the company.
Yeah, the related Amazon company.
Right. He's in South Korea now, or?
Yeah, he studied in Toronto for 5 years. And then he came back to South Korea
quite recently.
Yeah.
And he found a very good job. He's an engineer, and he got so many like hard like certifications for, I don't know, computers or programs. Yeah. But he's the only one who actually got all that certifications.
That is required to get that job. It's such a job to get in South Korea.
His boss, he is really happy to have him.
Yeah.
So let's say father is very intelligent. He's a brain. And yeah, that's how he succeed his life in South Korea. I often ask him like,
do you really wanted to kill us?
Yeah.
And then, you know, I often asked him,
do you want to kill me still? Like,
yeah, what does he say about it?
He said, no, Yuna, I was like brainwashed and then I didn't know anything about the regime. Yeah. So please forgive me. And you know, that older brother was different one. And I just, you know, burned again.
And this brother is a real brother for you. So now he's just like, you know, thank you, Yuna. You brought whole family and you sacrificed yourself. And I know it's not easy thing. And I should be the one who have done these things. but you're just a little baby sister, but you did that many things for our family, and yeah, he's an old big brother, and
You know, he loves me so much.
That's incredible. So now you, as you said, you now are as working as a human rights activist in South Korea.
Because of you.
Yeah. Oh my
Because
God,
of
I'm so
you.
honored.
I watched your video, and as you know, several people, they said like, how can I believe that?
you know.
Yeah.
But I know because I saw it. And I heard so many stories, and I'm the one who actually, luckily, didn't sell. And I was the lucky one who wasn't in that human trafficking in China. So when people told me like that, I was so angry, and I just stand up against. How could you say that? You never be in North Korea, and you didn't even see the real North Korea. And then I got through China, and I came to South Korea with 11 people. My group was 11.
Yeah.
There were whole members who actually sold by brokers in China. I'm the only one who actually escaped from North Korea, right away. So I heard so many stories about how they treated, from Chinese people.
Right.
So that was the reason I became, a human rights activist.
And then the second reason that I met Otto Warmbier's parents when they visited South Korea.
And so now I'm asking my subscribers to follow you on your YouTube channel. It's been so inspiring to see that you do your best to engage with the world, right? You use English to talk about North Korea and humanize the issue. So I will definitely put that link in this video below, guys.
Thank you so much.
Yuna. How do you think the world can help to help North Korean people right now?
When I watched your video, Young and World, I actually showed my father. And then I told him, Father, I want to be a human rights activist. I want to active worldly and then speak up and tell the truth about North Korea. And then he just, told me not to do.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, my mom was like, "Are you out of your mind?" She said the same thing to me.
And then he told me like, I lost to you once in my life, and that time was the hardest time I actually leave. But if you active and worldly, then Kim Jong-un will be angry and then try to do something bad to you. I don't want to you get that happen. So that's the reason I just I just gave up.
Oh, I see. Right, of course.
So the Young and World, the second time, maybe third time, I don't remember.
But some NGO groups, they asked me, are you willing to on that stage? I really wanted to be the Young and World after you, but still my parents were so
Of course, they don't want to lose their daughter, of course.
Yeah. So they didn't agree and they didn't support my dream.
So I couldn't be there, but still I wanted to be a human rights activist because I'm the one who actually arrived in South Korea luckily and had this freedom and had this amazing life. But I need to pay for this blessing for the North Korean people. They're just not North Koreans. They're my relatives, my sisters, my brothers, my friends, my classmates. They're my people. And it always made me feel guilty that you got your own life there and you just eat 3 meals in a day, and you don't have any idea how suffering North Koreans are still, and you don't really care, then how could I say when the unification comes and then North Korean people will ask me, Yuna, what did you do for us?
Right.
So I just decided to do something on myself.
Yeah.
So I wanted to start English YouTube channel very long time ago. But as I told you, because of my parents, they just, so freaked it out, and they just begged me, please, please, please.
So that was the reason I just hesitated. After you again, Yeonmi, you actually inspired me a lot. You're my inspiration. And you started English YouTube channel, and I was, thinking myself that, oh my God, you should be the one that, English YouTuber groups.
And you need to tell the different story about my province or the world I experienced. So Yeonmi's North Korea experiences and my experiences are a bit different, right? So let's say maybe our family was the ruler family, but and
they're slaves of their great
Nobody's
leaders.
free there.
No.
Only Kim Jong-un is the
even
one.
my father had, I don't know how much power he had, but still, they put my father in jail. Right? So that's the reason I just opened my started English YouTube channel, and I just started 2 weeks ago. So it's recent.
So wonderful to have you. It's been very lonely fighting alone here in this English-speaking world in the West. I've been so lonely. I've been keep on wanting for more people to share their stories and broaden this subjects. I think more people know and hear you is better, and hopefully we can start that movement someday soon, so we can stop this, humanity crimes that is happening to Northern people.
I thought that Yeonmi, she's maybe she's enough to describe North Korea or fight for North Korea, but we need to be gather together, and we make a big tree,
and we need to make more powerful, and we need to say more and more, speak about North Korea. As I started I found some comments from my YouTube channel that one guy said that, not only North Korea is live like that.
Do you know how bad is in America and middle what is that? Middle East. And Middle Eastern women, they cannot even drive. He said something like that. So and then I told him you're right. I cannot say you're wrong, but still, Middle East people or Americans or South Koreans, still they have a chance to hear what's going on this earth. But in North Korea, we said Hermit Kingdom, right? People know what Hermit Kingdom means. It just never. You cannot adventurous with North Korea. Only travelers who actually went to North Korea, but they only saw what North Koreans actually made for set.
For the travelers, or they wanted to show them, and they wanted them to believe that North Korea is this happy country or developed country, something like that. And always the travelers told me, my foreigner friends, when they traveled in North Korea, they told me Yuna, actually I went to Pyongyang and I saw so many people in the street. They looked so happy. They were laughed and they smiled their face. Yeah, because you were there.
I told them because you were there.
So all set up.
Yeah, it's a whole big studio what Kim Jong-un created. So I just told them that because you were there. Simple answer. because you were there. Because the government always taught us and told us, and they demanded us. When you see or saw the foreigners in the street, you need to smile on your face, right? That's how I learned.
Of course, yeah.
So I just told them like, they told me like Arirang events were so amazing and. Did you even know there are just like 13 or 12 of old kids?
Yeah.
And they trained almost 1 year
without
payment?
Yeah. It's like a child abuse.
And I just told them like, oh my God, guys, please wake up. Don't use your value money like that.
Yeah.
That money will go in Jong Un's pocket.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that was the reason I actually wanted to start English YouTube channel, to tell the world, like, you saw something doesn't mean you should believe it, right?
Right.
Especially Korea issues. So yeah, every time I watch your YouTube channel and your videos, I learned a lot of things that were actually I didn't experience in North Korea. I learned. And then I know you also appeared in the Defectors talk show in South Korea. Now on my way to meet you.
Yeah.
So you're the member, right? So on that talk show, actually, I refused to be on that stage because of my family problems. But I just decided to be on that stage because I wanted to tell the truth and then what I experienced and what I saw in North Korea. And since that moment, I have learned so many things where I didn't know, even I was in North Korea. So they told me like, there were so many gochebis everywhere, but only Jagang province. Like Jagang province and Pyongyang city only didn't have that many gochebis because it's a restricted area. So I was like, oh my God, what kind of like a box I was living in.
Yeah. Your voice is so powerful and so needed in this world. It's an honor to have you on this channel.
Again, thank you for having me, and thank you for the Yeonmi's subscribers.
I'm gonna beg them, guys, if you watch this, you know what you have to do? That's us. You must follow Yuna.
Don't make them hard, Yeonmi. I'm still happy. It's enough that I was, made this video with you, and I'm so happy, to speak with you, and I hope we will make more time to make some contents together, and we will make some collaborations often. I think it's gonna be great.
I'm so excited to have you on board on this journey to free North Koreans. It's so exciting, and if you're so good that I'm not the only one here doing this.
Yes.
I've been seeing more North Koreans, like especially about the younger generation, like our age groups, can't speak English.
Lastly, I want to say that to you, that you need to know that how effective you are, especially in younger generations or let's see, North Korean escapees. I believe a lot of people, they're following you. Many reasons. Maybe first of all, learning English, or second of all, maybe supporting you or cheering you up. Many reasons. So, or thirdly, maybe fanship. Because I'm actually a big fan of you.
No, I was your fan. Actually, I followed you first. Many months ago. Yeah, I've been following your channel.
Thank you so much, Yeonmi. So please, you should know yourself that you are so important person for the defectors and escapees and also South Koreans. You actually start fire Make it like so.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
I
every
really
time,
admire.
oh, thank you. So every time I have my guests, I ask them, "What do you have anything last thing to say to the people who? I mean, sure, it's not the only my subscribers. It's like the world is gonna see it. Hopefully, what do you want to tell the world?
They cannot believe, they shouldn't believe what travelers actually spread videos about North Korea, and they took films from North Korea. North Korea only showed them the places they ready to show them. So that isn't North Korea.
Right.
So if the travelers ask the guards or wherever the agency that I need to see the village or countryside, they will never open. So if the Yeonmi or Yuna says about North Korea, this is North Korea or wherever, we have no reason to lie.
Yeah.
So please think about this way. Why so many North Korean defectors tried to come to South Korea, but only maybe 1% of defectors successfully made their journey, but rest of them are still in China, right?
Yeah.
They're still in human trafficking there. So that's why Yeonmi became a human rights activist, and that's why I became human rights activist, because like for me, I want to make like more thick group or powerful group, that so our voice will be strong, and nobody could say they're liars or whatever, because we are all experienced that kind of things and what's happening in there. And then Yeonmi also knows a lot of new issues in North Korea, because she has all North Korean humans in North Korea. And I also have relatives, and still I have a lot of family members in North Korea. I try to call them every 2 weeks. So I heard so many new updated news about North Korea, and I believe Yeonmi does too. Yeonmi tried to change the North Korea. I tried to, change North Korea, and we actually willing to bring freedoms for the North Koreans, because they're our members. They're our people. Then who's gonna fight for them?
Right.
So yeah, that's the last words I wanted to say.
You are just amazing. I mean,
No.
I don't think there's anything I can add on that. It's just so perfect. I think that's what the world needs to hear about North Korea, and about like from us, just people. So, guys, oh my gosh, I'm speechless. I'm so in awe of Yuna, and as much as you have been, I almost became such a big fan of her. Again, please support her and follow her and show your love to her, as much as you has been so generous with me and with your support. I am so excited to have her in this journey with me and have you guys in this journey to free North Korea. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all next time.